just south of downtown Los Angeles.
Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Green Bay Packers and the Los Angeles Chargers.
Set to kick off.
Just about time to rock as Toe gets ready to meet leather. And we are underway in Southern California. Takes this about 5 yards deep. Well, he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. First down, it's Herbert. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
Herbert's pass.
Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. He's going up top for Taylor. Double team, and it's intercepted. Kevin King with a pick.
His pass intercepted by the Packers. They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. So after the INT, it's Allen. And that's complete. Albert Okwuegbunam. Now he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
Complete.
A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards. What a luxury to have a tight end that can not only catch it, but then can run after the catch like that.
What was the old expression back in the good old days? And they used to carry pianos on their backs when they were after they caught the football. Someone would stop and bang out a tune along the way as well. But nowadays, these guys are essentially bulked up wide receivers, and they are a full part of the passing game. And we see a lot of big plays as we just saw there.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. From the gun, it's Allen. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Tim Nicholson picks it, and the return will stop right around the 25. So a pretty shaky start here for both sides.
Yeah, each quarterback's throwing a ball to the other team. Do you think on both sidelines they're sitting them down and saying, okay, remember, this is the color jersey we're wearing. They're wearing the other color. Let's make sure we get it to our guys, please.
Now a good running play here to
start the drive. That'll net him 14 yards as they pick up the first.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to ball his way forward to the 48. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Out of the gun, Herbert. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. A great effort there. 39 yards. And the Chargers have taken a first-quarter lead. And the Chargers grab the 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Chargers 7, Packers nothing.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards on the play.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Here's Allen on 1st and 10. He'll find his running back here, Richard. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Allen's throw is complete, and he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 34-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time with Austin Eckler. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 11 more on that one, and another 1st down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 1st downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. 1st down, and they stick with Eckler. And a short gain here, down to the 22. Tackled there by Monte Nicholson.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Going for it all. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Albert O there to make the grab. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up.
The kick is
and he knocks it through.
That ties the game at 7.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the table and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
Now a handoff looking right. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 11 yards there, 1st down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. A handoff as they run the counter play. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12 at the 42-yard line.
Seven, our score after 1.
The score tied 7-7.
2nd and 12. They'll try the air now with Herbert. Find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers 33. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 down at the 33. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45.
Oh, that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
A gain of
and the play goes for 19 yards, gives them a new set of downs. Running on 1st down, Eckler. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
Eckler, the ball carrier.
If you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
On 2nd down, Eckler.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. And he won't be close
close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up fourth down.
No gain on the play. It's now fourth down.
On now, Tucker McCann from the right hash. This from 33.
33-yard attempt.
McCann's kick up and good. And the Packers are off to a 3-0 lead. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Charger drive about to get going. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field, certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in a good spot. Great place to run some of your best offense. Instead, they turn the ball over.
They turned the ball over last time. See if they can avoid doing it here.
First and 10 at the 36-yard.
So from the 36 now, first and 10. A shotgun snap for Herbert. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over him, and they got there to break that one up.
They'll try again from the 36 on second and 10. Throwing again. Herbert is going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. And a pretty little jerk move there on a nice gain. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on third and inches. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. Give him 12 yards there. The Chargers have a first down.
Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
Now it's Herbert. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. That catch good for only a couple.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
So second and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be third down.
Pass complete, but no gain.
No yards.
Yeah.
So you file that as unsuccessful.
Yeah, you do, don't you? Except on the stats, throwing the ball,
Get a completion.
you get a catch,
Yeah.
but still,
No yardage.
Okay.
And he will find his man on the outside.
And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7 our score. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
Badgley on for the extra point. And that makes it 14-10.
Good. Makes the score. Chargers 14. Packers 10.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away.
Their catch made at the 25-yard line. The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Green Bay.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Looking. That's caught at the 25. Touchdown, Packers.
To Davante Adams.
Davante Adams.
Green Bay.
59 yards. And once again, the Packers, they're back out in front. They erased that deficit pretty quickly, did they not? A 2-play drive.
What do we call that? Short-lived?
Very.
Very short-lived. 2 plays later, they're in the end zone and back out in front. We always talk about drives, don't we? Does 2 plays count as a drive?
Not really, but that second play was so good. I don't care what we call it. It was enjoyable to watch.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And you figure, Charles, they have enough time here in the first half, more than a minute, to put a drive together, at least get them in position to try a field goal.
Yeah, they've got all 3 timeouts at their disposal, so I'm actually thinking bigger. With those 3 timeouts, that amount of time...
Oh, his third interception. To the bridge, and this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. Throwing on 1st down is Allen. They'll get that complete to Alvarado. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. You can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Packers add on to their lead.
And that's certainly an important score right there because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
First and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost.
Operating from the gun, Herbert. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Jair Alexander, and he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
Play action. Now it's Allen. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Michael Davis. These guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Brandon, these quarterbacks have their hands full all afternoon long, but they finally get a measure of revenge as he gets himself in a nice spot. He's able to get 2 hands on the football and pick it off.
The Charger drive about to get going. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. From the gun, Herbert. And it is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
Forced to the ground and incomplete.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. To throw again, Herbert. And he comes back with one complete. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, we'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Room here to run. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers.
Touchdown, Green Bay.
Austin Eckler, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Packers add 6 to their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role in those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
And someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Made at the 25-yard line. The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger. But no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing. And try and get back to where you were to start the half.
At the 26-yard line.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
And they give this time to the tailback. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Herbert setting up to throw on 1st down. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Operating from the gun, Herbert. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. Eluding the pressure right. Able to locate his running back up and downfield. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards.
At the 32-yard line.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Here's Herbert now on 2nd down. Looking for the end zone. And then here's another interception. Picked up by Josh Jackson. Through an opening, and there he goes. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown.
For the extra point.
Well, this has just been obviously a dreadful day for him throwing the football. Now 4 interceptions. This one leads to 6 points going the other direction. Tough.
Yeah, it is, and this feels old school to me because you never really took out your starting quarterback back in the good old days. No matter what was going on, he was your guy, and you rode him for better or for worse. In today's football, usually we got a backup who's warmed up and is coming to the game, so you can see an old school approach here that's not really benefiting them at this point.
The Charger drive about to get going. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive. Help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, Herbert. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll be upended at at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And he's got his man on the out route. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Now a throw for the left sideline, and he's got it. That catch good for only a couple.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Escaping the pressure right. And drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. Oh, my goodness, another interception. Picked off near the 32, and he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it. But it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Packer first down. He's turning in a pretty impressive performance running the football, and a big reason why they have this nice lead.
And in days gone by, we would clip this out and put it up on the refrigerator, wouldn't we? Clip out the box score. Nowadays, not too many newspapers out there. Maybe you screenshot it on.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Alberto Cuebuna. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And that interception key as it leads to the touchdown. And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield.
That catch made at the 25-yard line. The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Here's Joshua Kelly, the rookie from UCLA. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
The ball carrier.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? And again this time to the tailback. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
And there we saw one of the downs downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Herbert off of play action. Got an open man. It's Scott. They will finally be taken down, but how about that play? It's a big one on the final act in the third quarter. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Play action. It's Herbert. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
Flush to his right. And now here's another interception. Kevin King with a pick, and he is all the way up past the 25. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
J.J. Watt, the one that gets him down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
On the pickup, it's 2nd and 8 at the 28-yard line.
Allen. That's complete. Akuli Bunam. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves him with a 4th down now.
It's now 4th down.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Job getting free on the return for 13 yards. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here. At home, no less. These fans just kind of beside themselves right now. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Gain on the play brings up 2nd and 10. At the 38-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And now a fumble. The ball's out, and the Packers pick it up. And this will get out of bounds right at the line of scrimmage. So fortunately, they're able to hold on to the possession.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they have to be feeling pretty good. Comfortable fourth quarter lead as they take over following the fumble recovery. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game.
Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Once more, here's Eckler. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory.
Ball carrier.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. They have the first down with that gain of 4 yards.
But sometimes, Brandon, there's just not a secret to how things get done. He's been running well all game long, and they continue to rely on him in this key situation.
They told us they were going to rely on him. They have. He comes through there, a big third down conversion. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Well, they'll take that every time with a lead. First down, fourth quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down, have to stop them, have to get the football back. But 8 yards on first down puts them back on their heels.
And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. They'll try to run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Going on the ground with Eckler. They're going to snap this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Eckler. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Here is Eckler. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee. And on 4th down, they come up and take the knee. So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there already with this lead here in the 4th, but they didn't get it.
Guaranteed, it's not going to be a fun handshake in the postgame, right? You just know that there's going to be some bad blood there. And I know if we go to the postgame press conferences, the winning coach, you know what he's going to say, why he did it? We need the points, okay? Because you never know at the end of the year if points are going to come into the tiebreaker if we're trying to get into the playoffs. That's always the standard justification.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. As a fan of the NFL, for an opener, you can't ask for much more than this overtime in week 1.
I know